The human mind is a remarkable machine. It can generate great ideas, guide us to success, bring peace, and inspire life. But the same mind, if left unchecked, can become chains that bind us to fear, failure, and self-imposed limits. You may not believe it, but most of what holds you back today doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from how you think. There are countless books on focus and mental training, but knowledge is only the beginning. Stoicism teaches that understanding is not enough. You must practice. Only when you start applying it will you realize the true power of mental discipline. Everything becomes clear. The path to success doesn't lie in luck, but in the ability to control your mind and direct your thoughts. The good news is that the brain can be reprogrammed. You can teach yourself to avoid negativity and nurture positive thinking. In this video, I'll show you how the brain works, why it holds you back, and most importantly, how to break free from it. If you've ever felt stuck, stay until the end. I'll show you how to train your mind to break through limits and actively build the life and career you truly want. 1. Turn negative into positive. There are times when negative thoughts pull you down like gravity. They don't just drain your energy, but also distort how you see life, filling it with limits and fear. But what you need to understand is this. Negative thinking is not who you are. It's just a habit, and any habit can be replaced. However, change doesn't happen naturally. It requires patience, awareness, and self-discipline. It's a process of training the mind, recognizing negative thoughts, refusing to let them control you, and transforming them into something that gives you strength. Negative thinking often shows up in tough situations. A failed meeting, harsh criticism, or a missed opportunity. The first reaction is usually disappointment or anger. But if you can pause and ask yourself, what good can come from this? You're actively shifting your mindset. That's the moment you take back control. Instead of letting circumstances define you, you define the circumstances. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles aren't what stop you from moving forward. They are the way forward. This is not just a philosophy, it's a way of living. When you face obstacles, instead of reacting negatively, see them as essential parts of your growth. A failed meeting can push you to re-examine how you communicate. Harsh criticism can be a chance to learn humility and improve. A missed opportunity might be a sign that you weren't truly ready and needed to sharpen your skills. When you focus your energy on finding the good in the negative, you'll be surprised to see that there's always a silver lining behind every dark cloud. Not everyone sees it, but those who look for it will always find it. More importantly, the ability to see the positive not only helps you face life better, but also gradually builds confidence and calm within you. You become someone others sense as steady and clear-headed, even in the toughest moments. Imagine next time someone deliberately provokes you. Instead of reacting impulsively, you just smile, stay silent, and think, why does this person need a reaction from me? What insecurity are they showing? And what is my silence reflecting back to them? This is no longer a defensive habit. It's the art of mastering your mind, preserving dignity, and turning challenges into opportunities to strengthen your inner self. Over time, as you train your brain to look for strengths, hope, and lessons in every situation, life will reflect the same energy you put out. Success isn't a destination. It's a state you reach by thinking right, speaking right, and responding right. And then, Once you've built the habit of turning negativity into positivity, the next question arises: how do you not only think positively, but also consistently find the right solution for each situation? That's the next step in Stoic thinking, and I'll walk with you through that in the next part. 2. Find the right solution. When faced with a problem, your first reaction reveals how you've trained your mind. There's one thing successful people always do well: they look for solutions. It's not luck, it's the result of practice. Problem solving isn't just a reflex, it's an art that needs daily sharpening. If you're used to facing challenges calmly and looking for a way forward, life becomes easier. But if this doesn't come naturally to you yet, this is your chance to train. Stoicism teaches that everything happens for a reason, and how you respond is what determines the freedom of your mind. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This isn't just a simple reminder. It's a guiding principle for those who want to take control of their lives. So how do you respond the right way? First, stop and observe. Where did this start? Who caused it? Or did it come from your own unchecked thoughts? When you're clear-headed enough to trace the root of the problem, you're no longer trapped by anger or confusion. Instead, you see it clearly. This is a lesson, not a disaster. Then, the solution will start to appear with no rush. There's a habit all great leaders apply. If you come to me with a complaint or a problem, make sure you also bring a proposed solution. At first, this might sound harsh, but in reality, it trains people to think proactively. When your brain is used to searching for solutions instead of complaining, you build a strong belief that there's no problem that can't be solved. God placed humans in this life not to surrender to difficulties, but to learn how to overcome them with calm and wisdom. In every challenge, God sends a lesson and an opportunity. Prayer is part of it, but taking clear-headed action is the other part. Chris Gardner wasn't born into luxury. His childhood was filled with domestic violence and poverty. As an adult, life didn't get easier. Gardner was once homeless, living with his young son in public restrooms at the San Francisco subway station. Every night, he held his son close on the cold tile floor, with only one thought in his mind: find a way out. He didn't allow himself to complain. Instead, he used every waking second to learn and look for opportunities. When he was accepted as an unpaid intern at a brokerage firm, he embraced every hardship, working twice as hard as others. In the end, through persistence and unshakable willpower, he became a successful stockbroker and later built his own company. Chris Gardner's story reminds us that adversity is only a starting point, not the end. Solutions will always appear if you refuse to give up and keep your faith strong. In your hardest moments, ask yourself, what is this problem trying to teach me? Then calmly search for the answer. Don't let emotions lead the way. Instead, let reason and faith guide you. Believe that God never gives you a challenge you can't overcome. Believe that every problem carries the seed of its solution. And from silence and observation, the solution will appear as clearly as light after the rain. I want to hear your story. How many times have you found a solution to adversity? Share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe your story will be the light someone else needs. 3. Train your brain to always see your potential. Training your mind to always see your own potential is a subtle art that everyone needs to learn if they want lasting, meaningful success. You become what you believe about yourself. Every repeated thought is the soil where belief and action take root. But there's a truth few are brave enough to face. Your brain is wired to protect you, not guide you. It prepares for the worst-case scenarios so you can avoid, retreat, or shield yourself from harm. This is necessary. But if you stop at caution, you'll always be on the sidelines, watching others move forward with admiration and regret. Have you ever asked yourself, why did I start? In moments of doubt, when your mind is crowded with skepticism and negative thoughts eat away at your determination, stop and reflect. Remember the moment the idea first came to you.